Okay, I'm going to show you how to split stems of a track. I'm going to do it in a way that gives you the kick and the tops. Just to demonstrate, I'm going to grab a track that I like, that I'd like to reference. In this case, it's Tauriel by Sentier. Just going to drag and drop it into the session. You don't want to drag and drop it into a MIDI track. Just put it onto its own little separate track down here. Drag it to the beginning or where you'd like to have it. Then you double click it. Make sure that the BPM is always set correctly. In this case, it's automatically identified it being 123. You can always go to sites like Beatport and check the track. Just type it in the search bar, Tauriel by Sentier, and it even shows you the key, the BPM. Always double check. Sometimes it's not correct, but in most cases it's right. So we know the track is 123 BPM, and we got to set that here when we import the track. Now, just to double check, triple check, you make sure to put these sort of flag thingies at the very first transient of the kick, and you double click the very first transient to set the first warp marker right here. So right on the transient. Then you hit Shift and Tab to exit this panel. Let's actually go full screen here. So now you can enable the metronome up here at the top. Make sure that's in sync. You can also dial it up a bit here. Perfect. Like it's not going out of sync. Yeah. Even if we change the host tempo to a lower value or a higher value, it still stays in sync because we've identified the tempo correctly in the beginning. So now that we've done that, we can now focus on exporting the stems from this track. So I'm looking for the tops, and if you have a section of the track where there's a low cut in the kick, let me actually set the BPM to 123. Yeah, there's no bass in the kick here, but in this section, bass comes in. So if you're looking for the tops, I would recommend taking a section where there's as little information in the low end as possible, or generally if you have a section where there's no kick, that's even better. But in this case, we're going to take this very first section and hit Command and J to consolidate it, to create its own little clip here. Gonna give it a red color. And what we're gonna do now is load this tool that I've recently discovered called ReStem by Wavemachine Labs. This is quite the pricey plugin. I think it's like $80, but they have a 14-day trial, which I'm currently using. You can just hit continue trial. And this allows you to hit record and play this section. And it records the information into the plugin itself. So just wait until that's finished. You don't need to do the entire 16 bars. You can just do 8 bars here. Okay, I'll just hit stop. Then it analyzes that particular section. Takes a minute here. And after it's done that, you can just highlight your material over here and hit 0 to mute it. Right click and activate clip. There we go. Yeah, but I recommend just hitting 0. It's a far quicker way. Now if you hit play, you can see the audio is coming from the plugin. And you can dial down what you don't want. You see the kick isn't too clean. So it's not really great at extracting the kick. And you can see there's a bit of a beep sound because we're on the trial version, but that shouldn't be too bad here. But it's really freaking good at getting the tops out of the track. Or the clap. Really, really high quality stem separation. So what you can do is you can create a new audio track, hit resampling, record on this track, and hit record. So if we just want to have, let's say, the hi-hat, we just crank up the hi-hat over here. Let that run for a bit. It's a little annoying with the trial version, as you can see here. So it might be worth purchasing it, but we don't need that much information. It's enough if we just have like a short little snippet, that's fine too. And we do the same for the snare / clap. Just tune that joint up and hit record. You can also adjust the gate settings a bit, so it doesn't catch so much of the hi-hat. You can also shape it. Not too familiar with this function though. Yeah, that should be enough. We got a few nice claps here. You can rename this clip into clap and this one into hats. And now you can see if there's anything else that you like. Oh, I've accidentally recorded the automation for some reason. Yeah, I had this automation record on. Oopsala. Just check if there's any other elements that you like the toms or the ride, the crash. Like these sort of little textures. I love that, man. It's so cool that you're able to extract that from tracks. Take it. People are not gonna like me for this video. But it doesn't really matter, you know, if you're using sample packs, it's basically the same. In this case, you're using the tops of a particular track. Like, you don't have to use it one-to-one. You can still change it or add your own elements. I wouldn't recommend just using this as your own thing. Layer it at least. Layer it with a few different top loops or hi-hats or claps, whatever. Like, don't be too lazy. But this is a great way to just, you know, get in the flow. Start somewhere, you know, even if that means, okay, you reference, you take something from a different track. You start getting inspired. You want to add your own stuff. That's how you stay in the flow. So we got the textures, the hi-hats, and the clap. Now let's say we want the kick. So for the kick, we need a section where we actually have the bass playing. So for that, I will disable the ReStem, and I'm going to demonstrate another plugin, which is free. The fact that this thing is free is insane. It's better than all other kick plugins that I've found so far. You put it onto a new MIDI track. It's called DrumClone by, what's the company's name? RareDSP. There it is. RareDSP DrumClone. So you put that on a MIDI track. You open it up and you make sure to highlight a specific section like this. You hit Command J to consolidate it, and then you drag and drop this into DrumClone. It's a little tough to install it on Mac. You have to open like the command prompt, but once you got the whole nitty gritty, it's fairly easy to use it. So if we solo DrumClone, you hit play on the input, it plays you the sound. You can always select the different sort of section. You can also extract not only the kicks, but also like other material. It's best for kicks, to be honest. And you want to make sure you really get that one. There you go. So this is the input, and this is the output. And it gives you the ability to add noise, which is this little curve down here, which is nice for a bit of extra transient, some tonality. I think this just adds to the noise. You cover. So you get all these different curves that you can individually control. It's similar to kick 2, kick 3, but it just has a better sound quality in my opinion. And once you got that done, you can drag and drop it out. Like, it's stupidly good. The fact that this thing is free is unimaginable. So grab it as long as it's free. You got the kick. You can disable the DrumClone track. You go into your MIDI, drag and drop the kick in here. That's it. And if you wanted to, you can also hit Command J on the kick itself. You can right click it and now go show in browser and hit show similar files. So you can go through your library and find kicks that are similar to this style. And Ableton Live does a pretty good job at identifying sounds that are actually similar. I'm positively astounded by the way this is programmed. Even if the kick isn't one-to-one the same of the track, it doesn't matter. It still helps you get an idea of how the kick is structured, like how the transient looks like, how it sort of fades out. It's like good for educational purposes too. So you can create a MIDI track like this, create a 4x4 kick pattern. There you go. There you go. You got yourself the kick. And now let's take the hi-hats, put them here. And make sure to loop a section that isn't beeped. Like, straight away you can get started. Let's take the clap, put it onto a new layer. Let's call this one hats. So you got the clap over here. Maybe select this section. Let's see. And again, you can always go show in browser, show similar files. Oh, look, we got something from Prog Organica, a LotusTunes sample pack. That sounds nice that we could use as a layer. So we do that. We chuck it in here. We got the textures. You put it down here. Let's see if we can find a loop here too. That sounds good. Just highlight a specific section like this. Make sure that you're always sticking to like a bar, quarter notes, fourth notes, eighth notes. Let's go into 16th maybe so we have a finer control. We got a bit of sub rumble here. That's cool. Maybe do it like this. Chuck down the volume. Instantly inspired. And if for some reason you can't use functions like sample similarity swap, you just need to crop the sample. Crop it. Now it's added it to your user library, which means that it's also findable in the browser. So now you can use functions like sample similarity swap down here too. Cool. So once you got yourself a kick that you like, you can continue composing, yeah? And you can always change the sounds up. You know, you don't need to use the original. Let's add a flanger, for example. Phaser flanger. Add a bit of movement. Yeah. Bit of feedback. Go have some fun with the effects. Create your own little pattern. You can at any time just right click a particular sound, show in browser, show similar files, and get inspired. Just dragging a variety of different sounds from different packs, you know, just stack the stuff, you know, stack it, maybe pan it, add some weird effects. Like I think Shifter is also another great plugin, great for tuning down drums without losing the quality. You can put it on wide. Just make sure that the low cut is enabled. And if you want, you could just highlight a sound like this, like double click it. Beats, forward transient, dial down the transients. Or select 4th note. You just want the kick and clap. 8th note if you want the hi-hat. You don't have to take the entire loop and use it as it is. You can always take particular snippets of the sound. This loop is good because it pulls forth the offbeat, the hi-hat clap. Pull it up. You know, add hi-hat layers, add claps layers. What else can we add? From this point on, I create a MIDI track, and you know, the usual plugins that I've been using for the past years. I keep using them. It's the same ones. They just get updated, like Sting 2, for example. You use a drum rack, like a kit. I don't know, Batu kit, what the frick that is. Hit the smiley a couple times, it generates you MIDI. Nah, come on. Transpose it so it plays a different selection of sounds. Clip it, hit tab, there's the MIDI clip, take it, you put it here. Drag it out, disable the MIDI generator because you already have the MIDI. Maybe focus on just the low end. Or the mid-range. I like the conga. Dum dum. Speaking of conga, you can add a conga. Maybe a loop here. Yeah, this is a good conga from the Luna sound pack. Just take that. Maybe just a particular section. Beats. Yeah, I'm getting a little carried away, but it's fun. It's really fun. And it gets you unstuck. Try yourself out and get inspired. You can always end up taking the stuff out, like muting the hi-hats or taking your own sound. But even if, like, nobody's gonna freaking say, hey, you stole my top loop. Like, even if they do, come on, dude. What the heck? Layer your own sounds. That's it. You're good to go. Yeah, right now I would just add a pad. And you know where I got some good pads. You can always find some good pads on LotusTunes. Yeah. So you go into Tonal. That sounds good, but let's see what else we got. Yeah, take maybe like a melodic fill, chuck in a lot of delay reverb, and then you got yourself a track. Make sure it's set to the right BPM, of course. Loop it. Loop it here. Come on, son. Track idea. That's it. And then you get inspired. It's so simple. Stop making music complicated. Stop it. So what key is this in now? This is the key of A sharp minor. So we look for sounds in the key of A sharp minor. This is the matrix one. And you keep on adding. This one doesn't fit so much, but you get the point. Like, you can add whatever freaking sound you want, like even a different key, and then you just match it by ear. Oh, this turned out to be really proggy. Yeah, but if you want, you don't need to, of course, go into prog direction with all these bass layers and whatever. You can just mute these and take another sound if you want to go into more of an ambient direction. Like, I usually like to do this. This is my sort of style. Just chuck in a pad, unwarp it, maybe pitch it a bit or whatever, and then just get it going. You got organic house instead of progressive house. It's the only difference. It's like, instead of bass layers, you just add toms and pads. That's it. And you can also take one-shots. Put them here. Record on it. Play it on your MIDI keyboard. And then hit just record. Last one was good, so you highlight it and you take that. Make sure it's on the grid. Oops. Maybe like this. Yeah. You have a bit of call and response in your track with these one shots. Playing in your own sounds really helps for that. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I could do this all freaking day, dude, but I gotta carry on. And then I like using these groove fillers from the Luna pack to sort of finalize the groove a bit. Maybe added some textural stuff to the top end or whatever. You can now just stack as many loops as you want and just have fun. Colors like BG, loops, perk. Yeah. Switching the pad gives you different vibes. Like, you can take another sound like Breath of Life. This gives me more of a Guy J type feeling. Yeah, again, just Roya is another pack that has one of these sort of ambient swells, synths, one shots. Let's go for something subby maybe. Yeah. I don't know the key. This is B minor. So you look for sounds that are in B. Here we got B. Let me take it. You could always add like Serum or whatever and start to draw in your bass lines. Yeah. Yeah, this is just a great way to get started. And once you have yourself a loop, you just take it and you duplicate it until however long you want it to be. You can just take the entire track length and you can reference the original. So right here you see there's a break, so you take away the kick. Maybe, yeah, take away the pad in the intro, the bass in the intro. What is the bass here? This is the bass. Take away the clap maybe. No? And you build your track. You just have fun. Yeah. Low cut. that's that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe. You can grab these packs on my site, LotusTunes.com. Luna is the most recent one. And if you want, you can also grab a few bundles if you really enjoy these sounds. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.